Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom in the Big Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Valentine's Day. I know it's late. Well, it is what it is. I got stuck watching a movie and time got away from me. It's been kind of a rough day around here. Last night was kind of rough. And I'm gonna do a disclaimer here because I don't want a lot of judgment on how I'm handling this. Because everybody ain't been through what I've been through, and I'm going to explain why I'm handling things the way I'm handling them. Last night, Maggie got sick. I don't know. She got into something. We think it was these little berries off of this tree that dangles over, that is hanging over the backyard. These little, weird little berries come off this tree. We're not sure what this tree is exactly. Theo doesn't eat them. We've been here going on 3 years. Theo doesn't eat them. Otherwise, we would have already been dealt with this situation. But Maggie's still a puppy, and I think maybe she's eaten them. We did some Google searches to try to figure out what this tree is. We're still not sure what this tree is, but I think maybe that might be our culprit. Not sure, but I tried to go to bed about 1 o'clock this morning. Typical time for me to try to go to bed. Then about an hour into trying to go to bed or trying to sleep, she hopped off the bed and she started getting sick. I thought maybe she had a seizure. I couldn't be sure, but I think really she was just really, forcefully getting sick. I'm still on the fence on if she was actually having a seizure. I don't know. I think maybe she was just really forcefully getting sick. Because when I got up and turned the lights on, I found a lot of vomit. So it was everything she had eaten yesterday. All her canned food, some of her dry food, everything. So I don't know what it was, but then she started having diarrhea, which she had, it seemed like, most of the night. I cleaned a bunch up, and at one point, when I was going back and forth cleaning it up, and because when we clean it up, we use paper towels and spray cleaner to clean the floor up, and then we tie it up into a bag, and we tie it up and we stick it out the front door so that we can then put it into the trash can outside. And so I was back and forth doing that, and she decided she wanted to go lay with John. And by this time it was almost 4 in the morning. And I said, John, is that okay with you, that she stays in here with you? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And I said, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. And he said, yeah, that's fine. And so I came in here and laid down with Theodore, who was in my bed. And so I lay down and went to bed. And when I got up, 11, something like that, I got up and went in the living room, and there was diarrhea all over the floor in there, a few places. And it had, it looked like it had been there a little while because Johnny was asleep. And I asked Johnny, and he said, I've been cleaning it up all morning. And he said, I just kind of drifted off. And I was like, okay. And so we cleaned all that up, and she seemed to be doing better. She had some energy. Because when I tried to give her, I don't know what time it was, but I tried to give her a treat, and she would, just to kind of just as a test to see if she had an appetite, she wouldn't take one. And that's really odd for her. She's very food driven. And I said, okay, she's still sick. And so we waited a while, and then we decided to try some dry food. And so she had some dry food, and then I had to go mail a package and run a couple of errands. And so she stayed with John while I was gone. And then while I was gone, she threw that dry food up. And we said, okay. And so we had some chicken broth in the in the fridge in there that I had been using. I had used to cook something in, and it was still good. So we rewarmed that up for her and gave her some chicken broth, and we gave that to her a couple of times. And well, up until a few minutes ago, she was able to hold that down. So for several hours, you know, she's just been. I had pulled this big square fluffy dog bed that Carla, one of my subscriber friends, had bought Axel last year, I think. I want to say last year, may have been the year before, but she sent from Chewy, the dog supply place. She sent Axel this big bed, and even though Axel's in heaven now, and those of you that are new don't know that last April I lost my senior black lab, Axel. He went downhill pretty quick, and we couldn't save him. Anyway, so I pulled Axel's bed out for her because she seemed to be lacking energy, and she wanted to get up on my bed, but she just didn't seem to have the energy to. So I was like, well, let me go get that bed for her. And so I got it, and of course Axel took up almost the whole bed, but she doesn't. She just curled up in the middle. I went to the pet store today, the pet supply place. I wish I had thought to look for charcoal dog treats, but I didn't think about that. I did get her some ginger dog snacks and some pumpkin dog snacks, because I thought, you know, I looked it up, and those are supposed to be good to, you know, help their stomach. They didn't seem to help her, but I think whatever this is just going to have to run its course. But I picked them up some Valentine's stuff because I don't know, I just wanted to cheer her up somehow. And so I got them these little lamb chop dog stuffed animal toys with squeaky toys in them. And at the end of the video, I'll attach a little clip of me giving them their Valentine's. I bought them little doggy cookies, and I would have given them that, but with her stomach being like it is, she wouldn't really be able to enjoy it. So I'm going to wait till she's feeling better and then give them their cookie. So, but I did give them, hold on. Lamb chop. I got them both one of these. And Theo, I guess, knowing that she's not feeling well, let her hold on to both of them to snuggle with. But they're often jealous of each other. So I made sure to get them matching toys and matching snacks. And so, but I know a lot of people would have already taken their dog to the vet. I don't have veterinarian money because the kind of test, because I went through this stuff with Axel last year when Axel was sick, and Axel was a whole lot more sicker than she is. He was in really rough shape. She's not in that bad a shape. She's, you know, still got some energy, and she's, you know, pretty lively still. Axel was in bad shape, okay? And he was we guessed his age between 13 and 15. So there was a lot to his condition that is not like her condition. This is she ate something she shouldn't have ate, and it's got to work its way out of her system type situation. But a lot of people would have already taken her to the vet. I already know from past experience that they're going to want to run a blood test. They're going to want to do an x-ray. They're going to want to do all kinds of stuff. And all I hear is $300 right off the bat. Because that's where I spent, I want to say close to $500 trying to save Axel. Okay. And then another almost that same amount having to say goodbye to him a week later. It broke me mentally, emotionally, and figuratively, and financially. I'm not going to put myself through that again. Especially since it was for naught and we weren't able to save him. So I'm not going to rush to judgment on this situation if I can do something about it here. So I'm not going to rush her to a vet just to have them run a bunch of tests and tell me I could have did something at home for her. So we're going to play it by ear. And, you know, I am going to go back to the pet store tomorrow and see if they have any charcoal treats or charcoal type treats. From what I understand, that might actually help. It might absorb whatever is going on there and either help her finish throwing it up or have it come out the other end. I don't know. But she's been resting the last few 2 or 3 hours, and I think that's good. She's just relaxing and resting, and I took her out a minute ago so she could potty because she went to go potty in the living room, and I said, no ma'am, we're not doing that. And I grabbed her and said, nope. I walked her right back to the back door and out the back door to go potty outside and watched her do so. So we're still working on the potty training. But I didn't hold it against her that she had diarrhea all over the floor overnight because that's not something she could have helped. So please don't come after me in the comments about not taking her directly to the vet. I've already had this experience, and this is not like the experience with Axel. She's not in an emergency situation. I think this is a situation that if we just wait and see, I think it'll resolve itself. It's just whatever she ate has got to work its way out of her system. And that's the way I feel about it. That's, you know, I've talked to people who, you know a little more about things, you know, this stuff than me, and they agree with me, so that we just need to wait and see. And so I'm going to just keep giving her chicken broth. I got some bouillon in there that I can boil some water and make her some chicken broth. And so that's what I'm going to give her when I get done uploading all these, and give her some more chicken broth. The only thing she threw up a few minutes ago was just some bile. It was just liquid. It wasn't nothing in it. So she really doesn't have anything left in her stomach right now. I'm just mainly wanting to give her chicken broth to give her some sort of sustenance so that she's not starving. You know, that will at least give her some nutrition, you know, some nourishment, so that, you know, she's not, you know, lacking things. So, and she's still drinking water, so, which is good. She's still drinking water. She still has an appetite. Bless her heart. She just, it doesn't stick with her. So I think it's just a wait and see thing. I'm going to go tomorrow and see if I can't find some sort of activated charcoal. Maybe one of these pet stores will have something like that, and I can, you know, work that out and, you know, do that here at home, rather than spending hundreds of dollars that I don't have. So I just figured I'd let y'all know why I don't have a whole lot crochet-wise to talk to y'all about. Now, the new project that I showed y'all the other night, I did frog that because I started with 70 stitches, and of course it was too wide. Of course, someone pointed that out. I already knew that. When I laid it over myself like that, I was like, ooh, that's way too wide. So I frogged it, I balled it up, and then I reworked it with 50 stitches instead, and I believe this is going to work. So this is definitely better. I believe this will work just fine. And I reworked the whole first cake, and of course it went further because I'm working a narrower panel. So what I did to, and I had some water. What I did to determine how long to make it is I took my cardigan sweater that I hadn't too long ago made myself, and I put that on the hanger up here on my door. And then I took my measuring tape and I measured from the shoulder to the bottom where I like, you know, because I made that the length that I want this one to be. So I measured from the shoulder to the bottom of that one, and I said, okay, this is where I need it. I need it to be double that length. So I know, and I made myself a note in my phone because that's how I don't always write things on notebooks. I have a little notepad on my phone, which I'm using to record this video. But there's a little notepad app on my phone, and I just type in notes on there, which always come in handy. And when I need to find stuff and remember stuff, that's the first place I go, because that's typically where I put the note, because it's easier to find my phone than it is that notebook that I put somewhere. So so I always use my little notepad app on my phone, because that's easier for me to find. Anyway, so I jotted down, how many inches I needed each panel to be. And I'm about 26 inches off from where I need to be. So I need to work 26 more inches. I know that seems like a lot, but yeah, because I wanted this to come just below my waist, because my current cardigan goes just below my waist, and I like that. I like that length. So I want this to be the same. I want it to come just below my waist, and so this will work out like and I'm gonna do, of course, 2 panels, and then I'm just winging it here, That's what I'm doing. We're winging it. Just flying by the seat of my pants as usual. But it'll either work or it won't. And if it don't, then it don't. Then, but I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying working with this yarn. This is gorgeous. It's a heck of a note that I've had this yarn 3 years and just now working with it. I could just smack myself. I could just smack myself. Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. But I'll have this going all the way back to the other side, and then I'll attach underneath the arms like so, and then I'll have my sleeve, and then I'll seam the back up. I'll seam the back up here up to the neck area, and then I'll put me a little, I'll put me some sort of little ribbon or something along the front lapels and the bottom part, and voila. That's the goal anyway. I've seen many tutorials where they do this exact thing. So I've watched a lot of tutorials where they do something very similar to what I'm about to attempt. So I believe I got this. I wanted something very pretty to take to California with me. So yes. So we're going to do this and hope that works. So yeah. But I got 4 cakes. This is 1 cake so far, and I'm not even going to need the full another full cake. I'm not, because this is 40 inches. This is right at 40 inches. So, and I need another 26 to make it as long as I want it. So yeah, I know it's long, but that's okay. It works up super fast, and it only took me a day and a half to get this back long, and so it won't take long. I think the finishing work will probably take me longer than crocheting the panels. So yeah, but I have the same yarn, and this in another color. In this color, which is like a desert color. What is it called? Hold on. Desert Vista. Desert Vista. So, yes. I have 3 cakes of this. But, I got to get some more of that color, because I want to have at least 4. But I got to get at least 1 more of that color. But I'm going to do another one in that color, probably for someone else. I don't know. It depends on how this one goes, and then I'll see how that goes. But yeah, but I think it's going to be really pretty. I think it'll be really pretty. I love how the colors melt into each other, and I think it's going to be pretty. So yeah, this might be a thing. It might be one of my new things that I like to make. I just kind of taken a pattern, a friendship shawl pattern, because of the stitch. It's just 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, skip 3 stitches, and go into the 4th stitch, and do two double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. That's basically it. you know, if anyone's interested in the tutorial for the beginning stitches, just let me know. It's now, I do have on my main channel page, there's a playlist that says video help. If you go on that playlist, it's pretty far down, but I believe it's called the French. It's a pattern by it's a tutorial by Fiberflux, and it's the friendship shawl, and that's the tutorial I use to do this. So she does, and she uses Red Heart ombre and pink, and she uses a 6.5 millimeter, I believe is what she uses, a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now I'm using a 6 millimeter clover hook, but I think she uses a K hook because she's using that Red Heart yarn. Now this works perfect. The drape on this, now the label says use a 5.5 eye hook, but I tried that. It didn't flow properly. When I went up to a 6, it was smooth. So it's all in your own crochet style. It really just depends on your own crochet style, which we all have our own crochet style, our own way of holding the yarn, our own way of, some of us are knife holders, some of us are pencil holders. I don't understand the pencil holding thing, but hey, some of us crochet with the left, like Amy does. Amy over at Hooked on Wishing Crochet, she's a lefty, and she can do some things with some thread. Let me tell you, that lady is talented. And talking about, she didn't know if she was speedy or not. And I was like, okay, how long did it take you to make that little tiny little micro cafe thing? She says, oh, 1 day. And I was like, and you don't call yourself speedy. That's speedy to me. You know how long it would take me to try to do something like that? A year. I need a magnifying glass, tweezers, stat. I need to, is the head dead yet? It's dead, Jim. Sorry. One's an 80s song, one's an old TV show. Just pulling references from wherever. Just trying to make myself laugh because I'm so stressed out. Anyway, if you got those references, put me a thumbs up in the comments. If you got, is dead, Jim? And is the head dead yet? It's a song. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, it's okay. I'll tell you in the next video. Maybe, if I remember. But yeah, I'm going to keep working on this because it's what's making me happy at the moment. It's what's keeping me going. That and watching these body cam videos of Karens getting what's coming to them. Not any Karens I know, but, just the Karens, the women with bad attitudes that think they're so entitled to everything. Yeah, I watched one today. This girl's walking out of the grocery store, and she's got nothing but water in her cart. She just bought a bunch of water. And sounds like something I'd done. But she's walking back to her vehicle, and there's a cart pusher in the parking lot. You know what I'm talking about, a cart pusher, a grocery store cart pusher. Well, he makes a half-hearted joke that wasn't meant to be malicious or anything. He said, man, he said, she's thirsty. All the water in her cart. Ha ha, that's funny to me. But homegirl, she took it left. You know what I mean? She just lost all control of her senses and waylaid old boy. She just balled up her fist. She says, "Oh, you want to mess with me?" And she just smacked him. And there was a police right there at the daggum entrance and saw her do it. And then she want to get all stupid about why she get in trouble and this and that and the other, and how, why people had to make comments like that. It's all. Then she gonna talk about how they always want to say stuff to her because she's a pretty girl and this and that. It had nothing to do with her being pretty, and not that she was that pretty to begin with, but okay. But homegirl got arrested. They asked the dude, they said, "Do you want to press charges? He said, "Does that mean she gets arrested?" And he said, "Yep." And he told him, "Yeah, go ahead and arrest her. Let her learn her lesson." He said, "I got arrested 20 years ago for DWI." He said, "You can bet I never drank and drove again." He said, "Maybe she won't be, slinging right hooks anymore at people telling jokes." I was like, well, he's got a point. But man, they showed it. They showed it too, man. She just stopped in her tracks. She mouthed off something, and then she just hit him. I was like, man, put all her weight into it. Dude had a bloody lip, man. But she went down to town in handcuffs. Pretty girl and all. So yeah, I like to see old mouthy girls get arrested. Well, you run your mouth, you go to jail. You don't just hit random people for no reason. People gonna mouth off to you no matter what. Let them say what they're gonna say. Just shake your head and shake your fist at them and then keep walking. You ain't gotta waylay them. Jeez. Shake your head and give them a funny look and keep walking. Make them wonder what you're thinking. You don't have to hit them. There are better ways to handle things other than hitting people. I didn't think so when I was younger, but, I hit a few people when I was younger. I probably should have been one of them that got arrested, but luckily I was not. There was a girl. I'm going to tell y'all a story. Story time. I was about, 17, 18. About 18, I think. Something like that. 17, I think. I don't even think I turned 18 yet. And a bunch of us that were living in this duplex. It was like 3 couples living in a duplex. I might have been 18. I don't remember. I don't think I was, though. I don't think I'd turned 18 yet. But it was three couples. Me and William's father. And Druce and Little Bit. And Richard and Carmen. Even though Richard was kind of in and out, and Carmen was kind of just, because Richard kept running between Carmen and Angelique. Yeah, he kept running between 2 women. And so Carmen calls herself going to call my man at work. And crying on his shoulder and this and that and the other. No. And let me just tell you, I was about a size 9 back then. And a Spitfire, an absolute Spitfire. And I had long blonde hair about to here. And so I don't remember who told me. I think it was Druce told me. Druce told me that she had been calling Tim at work. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, she's been calling him at work. And I'm like, but he's my man. Why is she calling my man at work? And he said, oh, she just been crying and this and that and the other about Richard and this and that and the other. And I was like, uh-huh. And so I started getting mad. And Druce is like, he put his arm around my shoulder. He said, let's go for a walk, Mandy. Let's go for a walk. Everybody called me Mandy back then. So I said, okay, we'll go for a walk. So we went for a walk, but the whole time I'm doing this. The whole time I'm walking, I'm banging my fist into my hand like this. And I'm getting madder because I'm thinking about it. The whole time I'm walking, I'm getting madder and madder and madder. And so when we come back from the walking, Carmen is sitting up on a truck in the yard. she's sitting up there, and she sees me, and she sees my face, and her eyes get kind of like, uh-oh. And so she starts kind of getting down off the truck. I didn't wait for her to say anything. All I remember is swinging. And then for some reason, everything went dark. I don't even remember. But from what I was told, and this is the only time this ever really happened to me, that I ever really just kind of lost it. I just really snapped. And that I threw a bunch of punches, and then I walked away, and then I went and sat down in the living room. I just remember coming back to my senses, sitting on the couch with someone bathing my face in a cold washcloth, and I was like, oh, Little Bit was, I don't remember what her real name was. We just all called her Little Bit because she was about 4.5 feet tall. So she's bathing my face in a washcloth, and I was like, oh, what happened? And she said, you don't remember? And I was like, mm-mm. And then Carmen comes in, and her lips are like this, and her eyes, one of her eyes is black. And I was like, dang, what happened to you? And she says, you happened to me. She says, I'll never call him again at work. And I said, I bet you won't. Now, she could have called somebody on me, but she did not. She did not. But she didn't stay with us very much longer. She went and moved out shortly thereafter and went on about her business. And I don't think Richard came and went very much more after that either. But yeah, that was that was me when I was younger. Just completely, and just, and yeah, and went and sat down, and that was it. So I was what do they call those? A rounder? But that's the only time I could ever remember just completely blacking out and not remembering actually doing the hitting. But yeah, I did. I know I hit her. I mean, you know, who else? Nobody else had a beef with her but me. But yeah, I probably, you know, I probably should have gotten in trouble for that, but I didn't. But I don't remember ever attacking anyone else. No, I don't remember ever getting into it with anyone else like that, with the exception of my younger sister, who would start fights with me, and I would end them. But that was very few and far between. The last one being when I was like 19 and she was 17. So, you know, it didn't happen very often. And usually she would pick the fight and I would end the fight. But that was the only other person I ever really fist fought with, was my younger sister. And Carmen, of course. But, yeah. I used to have a temper when I was younger. But somehow I outgrew it. Thank goodness. But yeah, you grow. You used to be a scrapper. But maybe that's what's made me so mellow in my older age. You know, I'm just, I'm not about that life no more. Not about that. I think we should talk more and fight less. So, you know, but of course, my oldest son definitely took after me. He, you know, in his younger days, especially when he was young and in school, definitely a scrapper. But only when it was absolutely necessary. So I'll give him that. Only when it was absolutely necessary, mainly in defense of his little brother. So there you have it. But I'll let y'all go. I just figured I would tell y'all what's going on with me. And I do ask, I am going to attach that little sweet video that I took of the dogs earlier. I do ask that y'all pray for Maggie. I think she's going to be fine. It's just we got to get this whatever she ate out of her system. But I do ask for prayers for her. And, you know, that we make it through this one. I just don't think the good Lord is going to let me lose 2 dogs in less than a year. I just can't imagine anything being more cruel than that. But I think she's going to be okay. It's just, it's a little bit stressful having a dog that you love so much be sick and feeling kind of helpless about it. But we will get through this. I will go find something for her tummy tomorrow, hopefully, that will make her feel a little bit better. But for now, I'm going to go and make her some more chicken broth and see if I can't get her feeling a little bit better. At least keep the nourishment going. You know, it's been some hours since she had any. I'm sure she's hungry. So we're going to get her some more chicken broth and see if we can keep that going every few hours or so, at least while we're awake, and keep her from being too hungry while she's recovering. But I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And of course, remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Happy Valentine's Day to my big brigade. There's you a lamb chop. Lamb chop. There's you a baby. Oh, there's you a baby. There's you a baby. Happy Valentine's Day, Theo. Take your baby. Take your baby.